we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you a special presentation of
Two Nerds, a podcast. Your home for everything movies, music, video games, and everything in between. With your hosts, Buddy the Bruiser, and Dynamite Jarrod Latching.
How's it going, everybody? I'm Dynamite Jarrod, and this is Two Nerds, a podcast. That was not the right order of how we do it. Show me how it's done, buddy.
How is it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, a podcast. We are Two Nerds. This is a podcast. You've already met my illustrious good old buddy here, Dynamite Jarrod, and I am Buddy the Bruiser. Now on PlayStation Plus. Go fucking at me. I have successfully acquired the package. It's set up very hastily downstairs. I need to work with my setup a little bit, get it looking a little nicer, but it is set up, ready to go. And yeah.
Is your TV 4K?
Yeah, it's 4K.
Does it have HDR?
It does, yeah. It's set up, everything's looking good.
But you don't have the 120 hertz, right?
No, I think it's just 60.
Yeah, there's no way you have 120 hertz. I just watched wrestling at your house a couple of weeks ago, and during the entrances, Randy Orton looked like a fucking Atari character.
Well, the problem with that is when we were doing the wrestling, we weren't streaming directly on the television. We were streaming through my Chromecast, which is only 1080. So it added an extra level of ass to it.
Oh, you need to download the app on your fucking...
But now that the PS5 has been acquired, all streaming of pay-per-views from here on out will be on the PS5. So everything...
On Peacock.
On Peacock, yeah. So when is that switch over?
It's,
like, what is the... what do we have to do? Like, is it automatic, or do you have to, like...
I thought you fucking knew. I'm counting on you for this, because...
I mean, I'll just cancel the network and then just sign it up on the Peacock or whatever. Like, I don't know what you're supposed to do. But I think the switchover is, like, mid-March. So, like, I don't know what the process is. But I don't know.
Yeah, buddy. So you've got your PS5. I've got my PS5. And I think that makes us the only podcast in the world where both the hosts have a PS5. I'd say the odds are in our favor.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I'm sure there are some gaming podcasts out there, but who listens to that shit?
I know that there's like at least 3 podcasts that I actually listen to where the hosts on there actively want a PS5 and they still don't have them. And these are big time podcasts. We're talking Abroad in Japan. We're talking Trash Taste, Solo Monster Sounds Off. Everybody wants the fucking PS5.
They've been unsuccessful.
Two nerds got the PS5. It's not even a big deal for us.
Yeah. I see you've been still just playing your regular games, the Rocket League and the Gundam missions.
I need a PS5, honey. Plays the same exact game I play on PS4.
Yeah. So I don't know. I played the Astros Playroom thing. I saw that you were like 2% in, so I'm assuming you just did the controller demo, and then that was it.
I started playing one of the levels. I was in like the Cooling Springs or whatever.
Yeah.
So I started going through that. That was cool. It was.
Well, if you play through the rest of the game, maybe that can be a review for next week.
Oh yeah, I'm sure everybody's fucking.
Everyone's just dying to hear. Yeah. Everyone's dying.
I have an idea for next week already. I think we may have discussed it on the podcast before, but we'll see what happens next week. Yeah, so you're wearing your vintage Warner Brothers merch.
Yeah, you're wearing your vintage VHS merch.
I don't think this is vintage. I don't think that they made any 555 shirts until...
It was retroactively vintage.
Yeah. They might have made one for promo. I don't know. And if there is one, it's probably worth fucking more than the tape is worth. But you're wearing the vintage Warner Brothers, and I said that I only respect Warner Brothers merch from the 1950s. did band tees even exist in the 1950s? Like, did Chuck Berry have a T-shirt back then?
I don't really think so. Like back then the style was just like, oh, I'm in a rock band, I'm gonna dress like I'm in a rock band. Like I don't, at least as far as I know, like merchandising became really big in like the 60s though, from what I remember. Like once like
From when you lived back then, from what you remember from your time during the 60s.
From my personal time during the 60s. But no, I heard that like once like syndicated like sitcoms and like when they were showing like monster movies on TV in the drive-ins and stuff like that, that's when like merchandising started becoming a big deal with the youth. So
you mean to tell me that Elvis didn't have a shirt?
I don't know.
Elvis wasn't like, hey mama, merch is in the back.
I'm sure the Beatles had some merch.
The Beatles are, thanks for coming out, and we have merch in the back.
Support the touring bands.
T-shirts in it. Yeah, support the touring bands, governor. And this next one's called "I Want to Hold Your Hand." Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know when this was from. This was an acquired shirt, passed down to me, so I don't know.
By the way,
from.
Call me a normie Beatles fan. I'm not even a Beatles fan, but call me a normie. But "I Want to Hold Your Hand" is a banger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a banger.
You're a notorious Beatles hater, I would say.
I wouldn't say hater. I have a healthy respect for the Beatles. Even though I think I'm on the air once claiming that if they didn't do it, someone else would have.
I don't know.
But,
I remember you said some stuff, but I can't recall. You were saying they were trash.
Come on. I don't know if I'd think that to say that they're trash is such a like a fucking like what's the opposite of like an internet opinion of like you're trying to be edgy but it comes off super normie? Like is there a word for that? Like cuz hating on the Beatles is the new that. Like,
is that the new that? I haven't really heard too many people
hating on the Beatles is such like I think I'm edgy, but I'm actually like the most normal person ever type of view now. Like, unless you're Gen X, right? Gen X is the last one I feel like that's really like 95% of that generation is like, the Beatles are the greatest fucking band that ever fucking happened to this planet. And then after that, when it became starting with millennials and then working, and since then, like I think with millennials, it's sort of like most of us are like, yeah, I don't really listen to the Beatles, which is what I fall into. I don't listen to the Beatles. I never go out of my way to listen to the Beatles. Do I hate the Beatles? No, but I never listen to them, and they do have some songs that are fucking dumb. Like,
yeah, they have some dumb, but yeah, I mean they're pioneers of this genre. Like I feel like a modern like sort of thing with that is like a lot of people like to shit on like Blink and stuff, but like. Yeah, their songs are kind of, like, stupid sometimes or whatever, but, like, the genre, like, wouldn't be, like, what it was without it. But then, again, you could have the argument, well, if they didn't do it, someone else could have done it, like, blah, like, you know what I mean? It's just, like...
Well, I think Blink was a detriment to the genre. At least lyrically. I think sound-wise, I think there were a million bands that were doing what Blink was doing before Blink, like, did, like... I don't want to say Jawbreaker because they sound different, but like, I mean, is Blink any different from like fucking Bad Religion, really? Or Pennywise? Not really, when you really sit there and think about it. The big difference, the mainstream
appeal. I mean, there were 100 rock bands doing it when the Beatles were, but it's taken that next step where it's like more universal.
The next step was fucking...
the na-nas and the doot-doos.
No, the next step for fucking Blink was fucking having songs about fucking a dog.
Yeah.
Ugh. That's bad. I don't hate on Blink either. They got some good songs.
Yeah.
That early Blink is pretty good.
The Cheshire
fucking-
Cat era and Dude Ranch.
Yeah.
Dude Ranch is still the best album, but I don't know. It's fine. We can agree that the new music is trash, but, you know.
The new Blink is like some of the worst shit I've ever heard in my life. And I'm happy to hear you say that. But I guess you're probably more of a Fall Out Boy fan than you ever were of a Blink fan.
No, Blink was the number one.
Really?
That's what got me into it. Yeah.
Well, then I'm happy to hear you say that because I know that you are like an astute defender of
Well,
new Fall Out Boy.
I'm a Tom.
I would argue
a defender of new Fall Out Boy. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
It's fucking garbage. Are you kidding?
Ah, come on. When they dropped fucking Save Rock and Roll, I swear to God, you posted on your story like, "Oh, thank God, it's finally Save Rock and Roll."
But the last yeah, because I was just excited. Now the last the new album is basically like this weird pop synth techno kind of thing. Straight fucking garbage. Like
Save Rock and Roll is like that, isn't it? It's like Coldplay.
Yeah, but I was starstruck at the time. Looking back now, now I wouldn't go back and really say it's that.
Even
great,
just looking at the cover of that album, I was like, I'm not as big of. I like Fall Out Boy. I'm not as big of a fan as like you or Miles, where it was like, their new material came out. I fucking download the album instantly. I've got the whole album on my computer. I didn't download Fall Out Boy's discography until well after they had fucking basically come and gone from the pop punk scene. And when doing my research for Fall Out Boy, trying to figure out what everyone else knows.
Trying to figure out what the deal was?
Yeah, on Wikipedia, and I'm going through all the albums, right? And I'm like, okay, Fall Out Boy's Evening Out with Your Girlfriend, alright, cool, and all this shit. And then click on Save Rock and Roll, and you just look at the album cover. And I just look at the album cover, and I'm like, ooh, I don't like this album.
Yeah.
Not even having heard anything on it. I'm like, ooh, I could tell that this is a stark
contrast from Evening Out with Your Girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, so, new Fall Out Boy is garbage. Miles definitely is a new Fall Out Boy defender.
I haven't heard him really defend it at all, but...
He's I had him in the car one time. I think we were driving to your house. And he was like, oh, it's good song, good music, I'm like, Miles, it sucks, dude. Stop. It's terrible. It's fucking...
It's music... I feel like they write songs now to be played at sporting events. That seems like what every song is to hear in the background of a fucking NFL package. Just, generic, I don't know, synth fucking millennial pop. I don't even know what you would call it.
What's the one song? It's, I can't even... I don't even know. It's just weird to me that dudes that came from the hardcore scene basically are playing that now.
Right, whatever makes you the money, man. Whatever.
They were making the thing that gets me is that they were already making a fuck ton of money before they did that. Some would say that they sold out before they even sold out.
Well, yeah, the third, technically second album, if you don't count Evening Out with Your Girlfriend, the first song is our lawyers made us change the name of this song so we wouldn't get sued. It's talking about fucking selling out, basically, and they were self-aware of it on the second fucking album.
Yeah, but it was still good, and I mean, I don't know, maybe the fucking dudes from Weekend Nachos probably thought that Fall Out Boy were selling out.
They're still buddies, though. Patrick Stump was in that one song. It's fine. Everyone was all confused, and I was like, Cat, they fucking started out playing hardcore. It's this is not a shocker to anyone who's in the know. But
it's just, it's just weird to me that the damn... How could you... First off, what album? Your Cork Tree? Is that...
Yeah, Cork Tree was the second.
Yeah.
The second actual release. Yeah.
How could that be considered selling out? I know they came from the hardcore scene, but But Fall Out Boy was never a hardcore band. Like, they just came from other hardcore bands, and they were like, we're going to make a pop-punk band.
Right, it was like Arma Angelus was the Pete Wentz's band or whatever that was like basically half of Fall Out Boy and half of Rise Against. And then when that band broke up, it was like, oh, Rise Against formed and Fall Out Boy formed, and then they all started playing punk music or whatever. But yeah, man.
God,
I don't know.
Rise Against sucks.
Like, when I think of generic punk music, it's literally just Rise Against is what pops in my head.
I think Miles loves them, too. I had something to talk about, aside from Fall Out Boy and pop punk.
I don't know, man. But yeah, I was a Tom DeLonge guy, so yeah, the new Blink, I wasn't really on it. I was intrigued because I also liked Alkaline Trio, but I don't know. Again, it seems like a cash-in. I don't know. It doesn't seem authentic to me looking back at them. So
it's horrible. I feel like I'm just jaded now, like when it comes to like new music. But god damn, dude, like everything that comes out like sucks. I don't know. Like Machine Gun Kelly just dropped that pop punk album earlier this year or late last year. I can't remember what it was. What was it? Summer of last year?
Yeah, it was 2020 summer. Yeah.
And a lot of people were hype. Like they were posting it, like
people are
sharing
still
it.
Hype. Yeah.
And I listened to it. I was like, okay, I got to give this a chance because people are talking about it. Let's see what it is. It's the most fucking cookie cutter pop punk bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah, it sounds like it was made in a factory. Yeah, I understand.
Fuck, I used to think Story So Far was cookie cutter. And then I listened to fucking Machine Gun Kelly's fucking pop punk album, and I was like, wow. Story So Far fucking rips,
fucking
bro.
rips.
Like, whoa, me and Parker Canning jump moshing, bro. Like, whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you saw my tweet. The 2021 for me is the year of goth new wave, so I will not be listening to any pop punk music this year. So, but it is what it is.
You're sticking to that?
I'm sticking to it, man. Absolutely nothing.
2021 is the year for me to like fucking. I feel like I started this in 2020, but I'm gonna solidify it in 2021. Is the year where I take all of my fucking years of past musical fucking like intrigue, all my phases, and just fucking smack them together and go from goddamn like Biohazard to goddamn Morrissey to fucking Larkin Seal to fucking Ja Rule.
Yeah, just bring it all together. I've also been trying to looking into getting some more vinyl this year, because I mean, like, I have like some stuff, but I'm trying to get like, but the problem is like I'm on this goth shit, and every fucking album I want to try to get is so fucking overpriced, and I'm just like, fuck, like fucking Susie and the Banshees albums are going for like $50. I'm like,
oh yeah, you can't get shit like that.
I'm just like, oh my god, bro.
You could get some new wave records for pretty cheap though.
Yeah, I've been checking the exchange and stuff in the area.
Oh, you can't do it there. If there's anything there, it's
but all the thrift stores around here are fucking garbage. Like, you can't get any.
Well, no, you can't shop for records at thrift. You got to go to like actual record stores, and you will find some stuff there. I'm not sure if I have any goth records, but oh well, I do. I have. It's a fucking reissue of The Cure. Goddamn, what album is it? I can't even think of it right now. It has the fucking like all cats are gray or whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the name's escaping me as well, but I can see the artwork.
Yeah, actually, I got that at the exchange for like $8 or $9, and I don't like buying reissues at all, but I was like, you know what? It's The Cure. It's $9. Like, I'm never going to find a Cure record, reissue or original, for cheaper than $9. So I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, I've been looking, so we'll see. But
who's your big band right now? Who are you listening to a lot?
I don't know, I've been rotating. I mean, Susie. I mean, Typo's always been a constant the past couple years. I don't know, man. I mean, I just sort of put on like playlists and just like let it go.
I'm trying to, like, when I go to record stores now, like, I always buy shit that I, like, know that I like already and that I'm gonna fucking throw in. But, like, I already have so much, like, synth pop, new wave, like, fucking 80s dance. I'm trying now, like, a concerted effort to really start, like, seeking out, like, the punk rock and, like, the metal shit that I can, like, get in there. Because now when I listen to records, it's like, oh, yeah, well, I got New Order, Howard Jones. Like, my variety is basically, like, you could go as fucking new wave as possible, or you can get as fucking, like, mainstream 80s pop as possible. Like, the range is, like, Huey Lewis and the News to fucking Depeche Mode.
Yeah.
Right? And so...
Depeche Mode's been a big one I've been listening to as well.
Oh, God tier. And if you really go to, like, flea markets and shit... just make sure that I'm not there because
You'll get it first.
I'll get it. But I just got Depeche Mode's first album, original, for $5 at a flea market this past summer.
Well, that's good.
Speak and Spell. And then we went to a record store this past summer in Youngstown, and I picked up Some Great Reward for, like, $8. I feel like if it was over that, then it was like 10 at the most. So,
yeah.
Depeche Mode's one that you can get decently cheap if you find it.
Yeah, because I feel like the problem with a lot of them is like they don't really have that many vinyls like that were like produced, but like Depeche Mode was like big enough that like they still have like enough where like the market isn't as like strict on it.
There's a good record store that me and you should go to. I'm sure if you go and you're like, okay, I'm going to spend some money, right? Like,
you go in with that mindset.
Not like insane amounts of money, but you're like, I may drop $20 on one record. You know what I mean?
Right.
Then there's this record store out in, oh God, what's the town? It's in Pennsylvania. Whatever, I'll remember it someday, and we'll have to go there. But if you go there and you're willing to pay like, you know, like kind of record store prices, you can find some shit. Like I just found, you know, last time I was there, I got like fucking Husker Du and like I don't know, just a bunch of shit. They've got stuff there, so I wouldn't be shocked if you came out of there with some. Yeah, actually, my Power, Corruption, and Lies New Order record came from that store. I spent like fucking like $18 on it, I think, but it was there, and so they have, you know, shit like that. You can find it there.
Yeah,
they have like 2,000 billion jillion records, and they're mostly in alphabetical order. So you just need to get band names in your head and then go to that section.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get like a list because the few record stores I've been to, I'm just like, where the fuck? And like I'm like trying to think of like what I want to look for, and then some of them are like organized in different ways. Like if you go in there and you're like trying to find a Phil Collins album or whatever, you're like, all right, is it under C or is it under P? Like they're all fucking different, and I get like so fucking confused when I'm there and I forget what I'm looking for, and everything's pissing me off. Talking Head albums are like $80, and I'm like, all right, I just need to fucking leave. And
yeah, you're not gonna get any Talking Head album. I have a Talking Heads album that I probably got for like $5, and it is fucking thrashed. Like it's so fucked up. I think it's like their second album, but it's fucking like Jesus Christ. Just throw it in the paper shredder, dude. Like it's fucked.
Yeah. I was up late the other night and I was just like on eBay and I was like bidding on like fucking Echo and the Bunnyman vinyls and shit, and I was like, all right, I'll put in like $20 on like a bunch of shit and like see like which ones don't get too high, and then I get outbid on every single fucking one of them, and I'm just like, all right, I need to stop trying to buy things on the internet.
Are you on Discogs?
No, I should probably
join Discogs, catalog your shit, and then like every record that you look up, like people are usually selling it, and sometimes you can find like a decent price. Like I've several times considered buying Depeche Mode albums on there for like $12.
Yeah. And then
Where is my
also what I've been trying to do is like when I listen to something on vinyl, I'll also put it on my Spotify, like on silent, like I'll turn the volume down on my phone and listen to it at the same time, so then my Spotify Wrapped is like accurate to what I'm actually listening to. So, because last year mine was completely fucked because my dad also uses my account, so it's like the worst thing ever. So
I'm trying to just look up Echo and the Bunnymen. There it is. Like it just kept giving me their self-titled instead of giving me like their discography.
yeah.
Where's their fucking good shit at? God, they have so many fucking releases. I've never looked at their shit before.
Yeah.
I've just always figured that if I came across one, I would probably buy it. What the hell is happening? Oh my god, my dog is standing on top of my couch. Not on the cushions, like on the fucking back. He's like standing with all four legs on top of the back of my couch.
Incredible stuff.
Incredible stuff. The athleticism here. Buddy, I have to take a violent shit.
Yeah.
I ate some Indian food, so you're going to have to edit this podcast because I'm going to have to take a breather.
Alright, yeah, this will be a good spot for the ad break. Where the fuck are we at right now? It's like 20-something minutes. I'll remember that. Alright, word from the sponsors. So how'd it go, man? The viewers need to know.
What, the shit?
Yeah.
It went terribly. I feel like it's not over, but nothing else is coming out. You know how that goes. I have my stomach feels like it's tied in a knot. I'm assuming that it's the new microwavable Indian food that we got in.
Oh God. Oh God.
Literally every day.
Oh Lord. I didn't realize it was microwavable Indian food. I thought, oh, okay, Jarrod, yeah, they got takeout or whatever, but no. Because Maisie said that you guys got takeout from like a place near her a while ago. Or whatever.
What, the Indian kitchen?
Whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That place was, that place is like how I feel like you feel about most Indian places that you eat at, where it's like, yeah, it's Indian food. You know what I mean?
It's still better than most food you're gonna get, but I mean,
right,
they're gonna
still
fuck around
like
with the
top
spice.
tier shit. But on the Indian food tier list, which is an entirely separate tier list, where like everything on the Indian food tier list is like in the god tier of the overall food tier list, then you have like the sub tier list of the Indian food, and like the Indian kitchen is like near the bottom.
Yeah. Of
that tier list. And so is the microwavable Indian food at Flying J, but
oh god, it's from Flying J.
Yeah, but here's the thing, buddy, is that even at the bottom of the Indian food tier list, it's still in God tier of the overall food tier list. So in that respect, the microwavable tikka masala that we have at the fucking Flying J is still better than literally everything else we have in the store.
And that's coming from the head chef.
That's right.
So, as everyone knows, this is the final week of Stallone month.
I want to talk about something else, buddy.
You want to talk about? All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
I just want to just talk about. Do you ever feel like I mentioned this in Taco Town earlier that I need a social media cleanse?
Oh, I definitely feel like it. And then every time I feel like I need to cleanse, I end up just sitting on my phone for like 5 hours straight, not cleansing and in the sort.
You're a man that goes on TikTok quite frequently.
This is true, yes.
You have a TikTok. Do you post on there?
Every now and then. Yeah, I mean,
Okay,
I've posted like 6 or 7 out of the year I've been on the app, yeah.
God, I'd probably hate all of your TikToks. So maybe this doesn't apply to you. Maybe it does. Maybe it's something that you relate to like one day, but most days that you don't. But today I was just scrolling through, social media feeds and like going through stories and everything. And I had just gotten done arguing with your wife about Rob Zombie. And and I just thought to myself, fuck, I hate everything on here. Like, this is why people think I hate everything. Because everything that everyone posts, I hate. Like,
I understand.
I don't understand. Just like, I'm going through, like, the only thing that I like on the internet is memes. And, like, half the time, those are fucking trash, too. But, like, I don't know. I just need to get away from the damn social media, because if I see another person just, like, on their story, just post, like, a selfie of themselves that says, just did my hair, I'm gonna lose it.
I understand completely. I went through a thing where, like, I couldn't get on Twitter for a couple weeks just because, like, I'm scrolling through Twitter, right, and I'm reading these tweets, and I'm just thinking in my head, no one asked. Like, you could respond to every tweet, just be like, no one asked. Like, it's just someone says a statement, and then that's it. Just like a disposable, like, comment.
But then if you respond, then you'd be the other guy, right? The fucking dickhead. So, like, even then, like, I'm scrolling through, right? And, like, I'm like, oh, this guy said no one asked. What a fucking asshole.
Well, that's what I'm, like, you would never say it, but I'm just, like, thinking in my head, I'm just like, who cares about any of this? Like, unless, like...
Did you... Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just like, unless you have, like, actually something to say, it's just like, no one asked. I don't know.
Did you, did you by chance catch the retweet going around of the dude that wrote a letter to the CEO of Trader Joe's and got fired?
I did not see this, no.
He was like an employee for Trader Joe's. He wrote like a fucking like super professional sounding like email. Basically like requesting, but like in a very demanding tone. It seems like it could be read in a very demanding tone because he had like a list of things that he was like asking for to up the COVID protocols, the standards, like the air filtration system that are being implemented at Trader Joe's. Okay, so there's this big long thing, and I'm reading through it, and I'm just kind of like, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, like, this guy's probably a lot of fucking fun at parties.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what a fucking dickhead. Like, I'm like, he's got a point, but God, I wish he'd shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like that kind of guy. Well,
Yeah.
He got fired. And so I'm like, oh, man, but that's a little too far. Like, don't you think that, like, there's no way that's legal. You send a kind of like a...
Was he like a manager at a Trader Joe's, or was he just
I
like a
don't know,
guy?
just
But
a
he sent
guy.
it. He sent it to the CEO of the company.
Sent it to the CEO. Was like, I understand that all these decisions have to go through you, so I'm bringing this to your attention. Please make these changes or whatever. Okay, and then instead of just saying like what I feel like if I did something like that, what I feel like I would get, which was nothing. You know what I mean? Like, they would just, like, never even read my letter or just read it and then throw it in the trash can. Right? Instead of doing that, or instead of just saying, like, hey, instead of even responding with, like, we appreciate your concerns, but fuck off. Like,
Right.
Like, we can't roll out something like that at this point in time. You know, some kind of bullshit, whatever. No, they fired him, right? So like, that's not legal. That can't be legal. That's a wrongful termination lawsuit. The guy's gonna get money, okay? And I'm going through like the replies to this, thinking that it's gonna be a bunch of fucking stupid libs, like going through like, oh my god, we must fucking raise the you know, like
boycott Trader Joe's.
Boycott Trader Joe's. This is bullshit. Like, and all that stuff. And instead, it was like the exact opposite of people being like, well, what did you expect to happen? And I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? To not get fired, for one, for speaking my mind. Like, that's some dictator shit right there. That's not even what I'm referring to, but I was reading that and I was like, oh, I hate this letter. And then I'm like, oh, I hate this letter. Oh, I hate all these replies. Ugh, like, I hate all this. I hate the internet right now. The only thing the internet's good for now is online gaming and streaming anime.
Yeah. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. I definitely have been trying to go through a social media cleanse, although it's been unsuccessful. But I swear to God, like once a week, I'm just like, all right, I need to take a break from this shit, and then I never do.
Someone just sent me, I won't name them. You probably have a good idea of who it is, but somebody just sent me like a meme. Not even really a meme, but like one of those, you know, kind of like caption photos.
Right, yeah.
Where it's not even like a photo. It's just like a goofy background, like a pink background with like hearts and shit. Kind of like when you could post like the stylized Facebook status.
Yeah, that's what I was envisioning.
Yeah. And it was like, this is just gonna come off like a fucking here's ignorant ass Jarrod. But what? I turned on vanish mode. Turn off vanish mode. And we'll read this verbatim. I don't want to win the argument or feel right. That's not the point nor my objective. I want to feel like we've come to an understanding on the issue at hand. I want both of us to walk away feeling heard and understood. It's not a competition. That is bullshit. Nobody feels... People just send me shit like that because I'm always right. Because I always win the fucking arguments.
Here we go.
Because I always win the goddamn arguments. You don't want everyone to feel heard and misunderstood. You want me to see your way. And then you can feel heard and misunderstood. But then I just feel like, great, now you don't see the way that I feel. You know, you don't see the way that I'm looking at things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you just don't want me to say what I want to say. That's because that's how I always am. Like, you say something. If I disagree with it, I say, I disagree in probably more colorful terms than that.
Yes.
And then people don't like to hear that. And when they hear shit like that, they say, I just want us to come to an understanding. All right, brother. Well, here's the understanding. I don't like the way that you look at this situation, and I think it fucking sucks. That's our understanding. So, do you understand I feel that way? Okay, I understand that I feel that way, and I understand that you feel this way, and I just think that it sucks.
So yeah, I mean, it is a mutual understanding, I guess.
There you go. There's your mutual fucking understanding.
Yeah.
Stupid fucking captured fucking things. Anyways, the internet fucking sucks. I don't care if someone dyed your hair. Goth is not a personality type. It's an aesthetic. And it is what it is. I see that you're dressed kind of goth today.
I'm wearing a Warner Brothers fucking crew neck and a hat with a fucking lizard on it.
It's all black and white, buddy.
This is navy, my brother. It's not
is
black.
It looks black as shit. You need better lighting in your studio.
Nah, yeah, it's definitely blue.
Well, can you get the spotlight on you so I can confirm this? Here we go. Okay. Yep, that's blue. Yep, not goth.
Yeah, not goth, no.
I saw somebody that's never going to listen to this podcast. This is another one that just like makes me fucking cringe. Just like all they post on Twitter is like, God, I'm so happy I'm goth. Oh my God, I'm goth. Like, holy shit, goth. I'm so goth. Like, that's all they fucking post.
Here's my thing on the whole aesthetic and personality trait.
And by the way, if I see another goddamn fucking... And your wife is guilty of this too, okay? I'm coming for her throat tomorrow when we're at Barrio. Alright? Tell her to get ready. I'm sure she's already pissed off at me. If I see another... and I will. I fucking will, because my wife posts them too. Everyone's wife is guilty of this, and even some people's boyfriends, okay? I think even Miles posted one in Taco Town recently. If I see another goddamn Zodiac fucking meme, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm just you know what my Zodiac meme's gonna be? Libra kills himself.
Not a fan of
all the other Zodiac.
Not a fan of the Zodiac, I see.
Zodiac signs are not personality types. I got fucking news for you people. They're not. They're not, okay? If you've got 2 Libras, me and my girlfriend, all right, my fiance, would you say that you could probably not find 2 more polar opposite fucking people?
It depends what are your other signs, because that plays a part in it as well.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. No, it fucking doesn't. Every single part of that, okay? Like, I could look at one that's like Aries, right?
As me and my wife are, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because I see your wife post them all the time. She'll be like, Aries, fucking, like, sees something they don't like, wants to kill somebody. I don't know, that's just a general one. I'm like, huh. That's weird, because I fucking relate to that, too. I relate to every single fucking thing that's ever been posted by any fucking Zodiac sign ever, because it's all super general shit that most people fucking relate to. It's like, get sad when somebody doesn't talk to them. What the fuck? That happens to everyone!
I see what you're saying.
Does it not?
I see what you're saying.
Oh my God. I need to get off the fucking internet, man. Like, I can't do this shit anymore.
That'd be an interesting podcast. The 2 nerds get off the internet for a week.
But then somehow still post a podcast.
Well, that would be the exception. Like, we start on the last day on the internet is when one episode goes up, and then we come back the next week. But it would be fucking impossible, and neither of us would be able to fucking commit to doing it. So
the anime community, okay? The fucking anime community on the internet. Have you ever...
it's terrible. I mean, from what I've seen...
You're not like a weeb or anything, but no. You're a Dragon Ball fan, and you watched Rurouni Kenshin and some other anime, Death Note. Mm-hmm. I don't know what else you've watched. You need to watch Yu Yu Hakusho like a fucking real man. But, okay, so you get on the anime fucking thing, and yeah, you know it because you follow Geekdom, I think, or you just see him get retweeted or something.
No, I follow him. It's entertaining. Watching him get in fights with people who have like 9 followers, it's fine.
Every anime fan base is like the most toxic fucking thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, they're terrible. The other day, this one 5-9 Gaming, they posted. I don't think you've watched any Attack on Titan, have you?
No.
Okay, well, the main character, he can turn into a fucking Titan, all right? And that's about it. He gets big, and he can make his skin kind of hard, okay? Other than that, he has, like, no fucking feats that someone of that size generally wouldn't have, right? He's a Titan. So he's, like, about 30 feet tall, probably, and he can smash houses and step on people. So their post, the 5-9 Gaming, was like, okay, Great Ape Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga versus Titan Eren. Who would win? Are you fucking kidding me? Is this bait? What is this? Vegeta in human form could fucking one-shot this guy in his Titan form. You saying him as a great ape?
Yeah.
When's the last time anyone in Attack on Titan displayed any type of fucking ability to even destroy a planet?
I understand. I saw one on Twitter the other day. His name is escaping me, but it was basically Goku versus the guy from One Punch Man. And I was like, isn't that, like, who would win in a fight? And I was like, One Punch Man, isn't that the joke? Isn't that the thing in One Punch Man that...
Yeah, One Punch Man would win because, like,
that's the bit. Like, that's a satire.
If he has, like, one ability, it's that he's literally just infinitely powerful and can just, like, every episode of One Punch Man is just bringing in, like, a fucking monster, giving him, like, insane feats, just, like god-level feats, like, throughout the episode. You're like, fuck, this guy's strong as fuck. Like, they're building this dude up big, and then the fucking One Punch Man, Saitama, comes in and fucking smacks him with one punch, and the dude just fucking dissolves.
Yeah, that's the joke, and people were not getting the joke on Twitter, and I was just like, you guys are all stupid. Because, like, I watched the first season of One Punch Man, or, like, the first half of it, and I was like, okay, that's the bit. But, like, people, like...
I love that show, by the way. I'm assuming since you only watched the first half, you were like, okay, I get it, and you stopped. But, like, I love that show, so. But there were actually people in the comments that it was like, they were saying Aaron. They were like, Aaron's got this. Easy clap for Aaron. What? What? Have you never watched Dragon Ball? Or are you just like, I'm not a normie weeb. I don't watch Dragon Ball. That's for fucking normies. I watch Attack on Titan, which just so happens to be the most popular anime out currently. Thank you. Like, wow, you're not a fucking normie. Like, just know the facts, dude. Like, both of these are fucking immensely popular. Attack on Titan, sure, it's never going to get as popular as Dragon Ball because no anime will ever get as popular as Dragon Ball. That's just the fucking way that it is. Sorry. But, like, in the current climate, right, Attack on Titan is, like, more popular than Dragon Ball. It's, like, out of, like, current running anime, that's, like, number one right now, probably. And then another number one is Jujutsu Kaisen. Have you heard of this?
I have. I haven't watched it, but
I started watching it because I was like, okay, I got to see what the fucking hype is about. I tried this with Hunter x Hunter. I watched like 30 episodes of Hunter x Hunter, and I was like, this is mid as fuck. But people just like sit there and like so many people are like, Hunter x Hunter, it's the greatest fucking shonen of all time. There's no better. You like Dragon Ball? Peasant? You fucking normie peasant? Hunter x Hunter is so much deeper, so much better. The main character is literally Goku. It's just another fucking Goku. He is Goku. He is Kid Goku. He's just like a fucking kid that's stupid, that likes to eat and likes to fight, who is abnormally strong. That is the main character of Hunter x Hunter. Doesn't that sound familiar?
It sounds like Dragon Ball to me.
It's fucking Goku. Except without all the cool side characters. Because all the other characters in Hunter x Hunter fucking suck. And really, the main character sucks because he's just a Goku ripoff.
Right. At least with Dragon Ball, you have the entourage. So, like, if you don't like Goku, which you're not a Goku hater, but he's not your favorite. I mean, you have others that you can relate to. I think
I said on the podcast before, like, he's probably my third favorite character. Which sucks, but, like, you know, when, like, Ultra Instinct Goku hops up on, like, the gacha games and shit, I'm like, oh, that's hype.
Yeah.
I got something for that shit.
Yeah.
Unless you count fusions. And then my favorite characters are probably, like, Vegeta. I'm not sure if Piccolo would still be in second place. Because then it would probably be, like, Vegeta, Gogeta, Vegito, Piccolo, and then either Frieza or Goku. Like, one of those two.
Yeah.
But regardless, Jujutsu Kaisen, I've been watching it. And again, everybody's like, this is the future of shonen. This is amazing. This is So fucking good. Fuck, if you're not watching Jujutsu Kaisen, what the fuck you doing? Okay, cool. I'm gonna check it out. Okay, cool. The animation's good. The fucking, it's mid. The story is so fucking mid so far. I'm waiting for like a big story arc to come along that'll hopefully fucking make it better. But like, super mid. And so I looked up, does Jujutsu Kaisen ever get better? Like, has it peaked? Is this the peak of it already, or does it get better as you go? And so there were a couple Reddit posts from people, reasonable people that were just as concerned as I am. You know, I'm over here fucking reading Berserk. Okay, we're talking fucking high tier shit. Okay, I can't just go back to fucking like standard mid tier shonen. Okay, like it's got to be like god tier or fucking.
What's the point?
Right. And so I'm looking on the thing. The guy's like, yeah, man, the characters are kind of generic. The plot is just like, you know, whatever. And like, whatever. Like, you know, like the animation's good. You know, this is really hyped. Like, I want to get into it. Does it get any better? And everybody was just like, oh, you should just quit watching it right now. If you don't fucking like it, then you don't fucking, why even post this? Why are you hating on this show? What is blah, 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 blah. Like, is anyone going to come in here? Like, are there any manga readers here at all that are going to, like, come in here and be like, either be like...
act like a normal human and just answer the question and be rational?
Right, like, either be like, oh, man, yeah... this is as good as it gets. It peaks pretty early, or like say, just hang in there for a couple more episodes. The first major arc is going to start, and that's when shit really starts to go off. Like, I'm not an idiot. When I told you about Rurouni Kenshin, I was like, yeah, man, you got to hang in there through that first season. It's kind of like it's got ups and downs, but once you get to the second season in the first major story arc, it's game time. Like, it's on. Right,
right.
Like I understand that. I'll be willing to tell someone that, but there was no one like that in there. It was all like, "You're hating on my favorite fucking anime. Fuck you! Like you're a piece of shit. Go back to watching Dragon Ball, you fucking normie piece of shit." Dragon Ball shits on Jujutsu Kaisen, motherfucker, and it shits on Bleach.
Right. It's like, yeah, man, just let people like what they like, and I mean, like, if you're gonna be that irrational about it, I guess it's like you're not contributing anything. I guess I don't know. Like it's not constructive.
Buddy the Bruiser, ladies and gentlemen, though his name sounds vicious and violent, he is the voice of reason on this podcast.
Well, I mean, like, like, what is the point of like going at someone for asking a question like that? Like, again, like approach it like, yeah, man, I mean, the show is what it is. I mean, like, if you don't like it, I mean, you can bow out or whatever, but you're like, oh, if you're so fucking stupid if you don't like this, like, it's just like, cat, it's like, relax.
Right, like, there was one guy that was arguing with the thread opener at one point, because the thread opener listed a bunch of things that he thought were pretty cliche or just weak about the show. Like, the show's about a dude, he eats like this fucking finger of like a demon. Like there's like 20 fucking, this demon left fucking 20 fingers behind. If you eat it, like it would probably kill you, but instead he gets like, the demon starts like living in him. It's fucking weird. So he gets like super powerful. Okay, whatever. He's just like, you know, I don't know about all that, you know, and like his inspiration for wanting to help everyone is that his grandpa died. Okay, it sounds like fucking Spider-Man. Like, you know, so the guy just kind of said that, and the guy was like, this other dude's like, no, this is how it goes. Did you even watch the show? Blah, blah, blah. He said this line at this point, which disproves your thing, and the guy's like, no, it really doesn't. He just said the one thing, and you know, and it just kept going back and forth, and I was like, is anyone going to tell me if this show gets any better?
You're just like, I legitimately want to know if the show is going to get better so I can watch it.
Is it worth my fucking time? Or should I rewatch Fist of the North Star? Like, what?
I get it, man.
The animation's very good. Good animation in Jujutsu Kaisen. The Kakashi ripoff character, he's kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't know. Haven't seen it, but it's fine. But trying to get into more anime as well when I can. I don't know. Finally, like a year or two ago, I finally watched all of Hellsing because I gave up on it the first time, and then now I want to do the Hellsing like Ultimate version or whatever when they redid it.
Oh, you watched the TV series, not the OVA?
No, I watched the show. Yeah, it's only like 10 episodes.
I watched the OVA.
Yeah,
myself. We should just get together one day and just binge the entire Hellsing Ultimate. I think it's only like 8 episodes.
Yeah, I think so. It's like 8 or 10. Yeah.
I've seen like the first 3 or 4 episodes of Hellsing Ultimate like 3 fucking times. Like, alright, I'm gonna restart this and get back into it. And through no fault of the show, because it's awesome, I fucking love it, I just stop every time. I'm just like, alright, I've seen that first episode like
100. Yeah.
I've seen it so many fucking times. And it sucks even more because that first episode is like basically a retelling of like the first 2 episodes of the original TV series.
Yeah.
Like the only parts that are, well, not the only part. It's like the first 3 episodes. That first episode of Hellsing Ultimate seriously goes from like the first episode of the original Hellsing all the way to like the first fight with Father Anderson.
Oh, okay.
All in the first episode.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a jump.
Yeah, it's just like they seriously jam like those 3 episodes into like the one thing. It's like he kills the vampire that's in the church that bites fucking Saris? Yeah, Saris Victoria. Wait, no. Isn't that the police girl?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
The one that bites the police girl, it does that, and then it does the one with the fucking 2 vampires that are like fucking each other, like they're dating or whatever, and they're just fucking killing everybody, and like the police girl like snipes the one from like the rooftop. She basically no scopes him from the rooftop from like a billion yards away, because like Alucard's like, you're a vampire, and she's like, oh yeah, no scope. And then it goes to like Father Anderson. There's a lot in that first episode.
Yeah. Is it the whole series? Is it just a retelling, or like are they adding more stuff to it? Because I haven't.
It follows the manga. So the original Hellsing, like the first 3 episodes basically follow the manga, and then after that it's like all fucking anime original, like not canon fucking filler shit.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like quite a bit different.
Yeah, so like this in the Hellsing Ultimate, it ends up being like fucking Alucard and Walter versus fucking Nazis.
Oh, okay.
But it's, yeah, I need to like like the fucking Third Reich like comes back and like fucking, it's like insane. And by all accounts it's way fucking better than the TV series.
Yeah.
Which is cool for me because I really like the TV series. Even the fucking filler, like Incognito, I thought he was cool.
Yeah.
He didn't have a penis for some reason, but whatever.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Yeah, people gotta quit gatekeeping the fucking genre and shit, and everything sucks, and yeah, the internet's fucking bullshit, so...
Yeah, fine. And Buddy needs to watch Yu Yu Hakusho. What a fucking idiot.
I know.
He's like, oh, I want to get into anime. I work
and I've had the first fucking 3 seasons on DVD forever, and I just haven't watched it. I know they're streaming, and I'm just like, I'm just the fucking worst.
I have the first season on Laserdisc, bro, with no subtitles.
Oh god, I'm sure that's a treat.
I mean, I don't need it because I know the fucking plot already, but...
Yeah, it'd be a good way to learn the language if you kind of try to figure out what's going on since you know the story so well.
Yeah. Oh, he said fucking Domo. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. We've been talking for an hour and 14 minutes. I think it's time for the main event.
Yeah. It's the final week of Stallone month.
Ah!
That was pretty over the top of you.
I mean, that was like all the dialogue for like the last 30 minutes of the movie.
Oh, don't say that. They were cutting the promos, trying to fill the time. They had to get the 90 minutes. So, like, go stand in front of this truck and act like you're in the fucking WWF for a couple minutes. It's fine.
No, their promos were, like, super down to earth. It would cut to one guy, and he's just, like, in the middle of a match, and they're both just like, ah! 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 Just fucking, like, and then he'll slam him down, and he'll just scream at the audience and flex as hard as possible. They're covered in more baby oil than Hulk Hogan put on himself in his entire career. And then it cuts to their backstage promo, and they're just like, I have to win. I need this money. I'm the best. I've never lost, and I'm gonna show everyone why I'm the best today. And then it just cuts back to them literally fucking tearing their shirt off, screaming. Like, the last half hour of this movie is like the most fucking manly shit I've ever seen in my entire life. It doesn't get much manlier than the fucking end of Over the Top. Just men. Arm wrestling.
Sweaty, greasy men.
And arm wrestling. Man, they like to get slapped in the face. Like, they were into that. Like, there was, like, 3 different parts where, like, somebody was, like, to psych themselves up. They had, like, their manager slap the shit out of them, like, 3 times before they'd start arm wrestling. And then the refs, like, they couldn't get the fucking guys to, like, actually grip. They're, like trying to figure out how they're going to grip for the fucking arm wrestle, and they, like, can't fucking figure it out. Like, brother.
Over the top.
You're professional arm wrestlers. You don't know how to grab a grip? What is this shit?
Yeah, it's the fucking national tournament. Fucking Stallone, the dude that looks like the Big Show, and then the dude that looks like fucking Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Which Stallone loses to the first time.
and Terry Funk is there too, though he's not competing in the competition.
Correct, yeah.
I saw him at like the very beginning of the movie. I was like, wait a minute. Terry fucking Funk is in this movie? So that was a pleasant surprise, but also a major disappointment that we didn't get like a full-blown Terry Funk versus Sylvester Stallone fight scene.
I know, right? They could have got some big names in there, but instead they went with a bunch of no-name guys. You could have got some WWF guys to be in this, but they probably weren't like... Because kayfabe was pretty strong at the time. They're like, I'm not fucking bowing down to Stallone's arm wrestling in this.
But the guy that loses to him at the end was a legit world champion arm wrestler.
Was he? I didn't look into his background.
The actor that played the guy.
Right, yeah.
The dude that looked like Big Show. Like, I looked him up because I was like...
You're like, this guy is huge.
I thought that it was the final solution from WCW.
Oh, God.
But no, it was a legit arm wrestler. But Terry Funk was in there, and he did do the job to Stallone, but and not even an arm wrestling match, but he was being like kind of portrayed as like the grandpa's like fucking heavy for like the entire movie. So I thought that like him and Stallone were gonna have like a fight, and it was gonna be like a good fight.
You're like, nah, nice try.
And it just like climaxed with like Stallone just shoving him through like a glass window.
Yeah. I don't know, man. So yeah, but we don't get to the arm wrestling until... Well, I mean, there's a few things here and there, but literally the last half hour of the film just feels like you're actually watching a fucking arm wrestling competition. Like, with the promos, and like, there's no real story going on at the time. It's literally just the arm wrestling.
I don't know, man. If that's what watching an arm wrestling competition would be like in real life, that's like the fucking most awesome thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't think that it would be that fucking hype. That shit was hype. Like, they had like the fucking badass like 80s arena rock fucking montage music playing, and just sweaty dudes are just fucking screaming at each other and slapping each other and fucking...
This was another Stallone film, because this came out a few years after Cobra. He's still on his Bruce Springsteen kick. There's a lot of the red-blooded Americana rock throughout the entire film. some Sammy Hagar going on, some fucking other shit.
Was Sammy Hagar on the soundtrack?
He wrote the fucking title song to it, I think. That's what it said.
Oh, really? I didn't look up the soundtrack. This 80s rock, the first thing I put, because like right from the opening credits, Sylvester Stallone fucking loves 80s arena rock. Like, that is just his favorite shit of all time. Journey, oh, you bet your fucking ass. Like, Stallone's there front row every time. Goddamn. Bruce Springsteen, big, like, yeah, real shit. You know what I mean? Asia, don't even fucking start.
Asia was in the soundtrack.
For this?
I think it was.
Oh my god, yeah, Stallone's favorite band of all time. You know what I mean? Like, so, what happened? Why aren't Sylvester Stallone movies like this anymore? This is my biggest problem with Escape Plan and Expendables. I want the fucking shitty 80s arena rock. Like,
I can't name one song that was in Escape Plan.
Because it was
From
all
over the week.
the soundtrack was garbage, trash. Over the top soundtrack, I was like,
You're like, all right, man.
okay, all right, I see what we're doing here. It was very similar to the Rocky IV soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean, it had the training montages as you would expect. The father-son bonding in this. It was definitely a product of its time. I didn't realize it was like a family film until I started watching it, because like I had heard of Over the Top. You see the poster for this film, it looks like the hardest shit on the planet. Like just him flexing in front of a bunch of crashing monster trucks and shit. And I was just like, oh my god. And then I like watched the film. I didn't realize it was PG family film. I was like, okay, this is different, but you know, it's fine.
Yeah, well, the damn that poster is basically just kind of personifying the last half hour of this movie.
Yeah.
The first like hour is a lot of like family bonding. Stallone's kid, he's a piece of shit, dude.
This kid is the worst. This kid's the worst.
He sucks.
He was brought up in his rich fucking military household. He's like, we see the fucking beginning of the film, he's at like the fucking mini kids Marine Corps graduation or whatever the fuck it was supposed to be.
Yeah, he's in the military academy.
Yeah.
That's where he goes to school. Like, his fucking like principal's like a drill sergeant.
Yeah. So already setting him up to be a massive tool. And yeah, I don't know. The kid was unbearable.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. Like, the entire time, I was,
He spoke wise beyond his years. Like, he was talking like a fucking, like, 30-year-old would talk. And I'm like, you're fucking 12. Like, shut up, dude.
What did he say about, like, the fucking books?
I can't remember. He said something about, like, actually, I think I wrote it down. I actually wrote something down.
Yeah, refer to your notes, please, for fuck's sake. I know that he accuses Stallone...
Okay, he said there's more, because I did write this down. There's more to life than just muscles. I don't see any books around. You don't read much, do ya? And the other thing I wrote down about the kid was, like, telling Stallone he doesn't know much about nutrition when Stallone is jacked beyond belief in the film.
That's what I said! He was like... he said that, like, they were going to go to the best steakhouse, like, in town. And he's like... You're going to get cholesterol poisoning from eating like that, or whatever. And I was just like, cholesterol poisoning? Do you not have eyes? Do you not see the absolute fucking specimen that's just, like, driving you around right now, kid? Because you don't look like you have a fucking 18-pack yourself.
And
brother.
I can think of few things worse than ordering a fucking tuna salad sandwich at whatever that fucking truck stop was they were at. Fucking kill me.
When Stallone challenges the one kid, like, yeah,
okay,
my boy
arm
could
wrestle
beat you.
a kid that's literally twice his fucking size. This kid's as tall as Stallone. He's like, yeah, let's arm wrestle my fucking 12-year-old in front of the Super Mario Brothers arcade machine.
And the kid has the line of the movie. My favorite line of the whole movie. Kid, if I can't beat you, I'd kill myself. Oh my god, so good. Yeah, and I mean, Stallone's kid shows how much of a fucking punk bitch that he is.
So two out
He
of three,
loses-
2 out of 3 falls. The kid fucking loses, goes crying outside like a little bitch. He's like, "You embarrassed me. You did that to make me feel sad." And like, oh, the fucking kid. I can't even deal with this kid.
Yeah, for a kid that reads a lot of books, you sure don't fucking know how life works, brother.
For a kid that went to the fucking military academy, he sure acts like a fucking...
That's true. I didn't even consider that. He goes to like the fucking strict, like hard-nosed military academy and like comes out like a total fucking sissy that can't fucking lose or take any sort of criticism at all without fucking crying.
Yeah. What's up?
Nothing. I was waiting for you to fucking take the helm on this one.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know where else to go from here. So yeah. So over the top. Was it as over the top as you imagined?
The ending was. The ending was very over the top. And there were a couple scenes sprinkled throughout that were very, very over the top.
I couldn't believe it. Well, I guess I could because the poster, when Stallone fucking drives his truck through the rich guy's fucking gate.
Why the fuck would you do that? Like, there's no reason. I was going to say no logical reason, but there's just no even stupid reason to do that. I was like, when he started backing up, I was like, oh, he's going to do it. Like, I
well,
knew
yeah,
he was
he's going to do it, yeah.
But then as he's doing it, I'm like, why is he doing this? And he didn't even stop with just the gate. Like, he ran over, like, the garden gnomes and, like, drove through the fountain.
Yeah, straight through the house. He goes in the living room. The fucking foyer or whatever the fuck. Right through the front door. And I'm like, this kid isn't worth this. I wouldn't be doing this.
It's not even, like... Here's the thing. Okay, Stallone, if you had half a fucking brain, which in this movie you've proven that your son was correct and that you don't, you have custody. You have full fucking custody of the kid, and the lawyers throughout this whole movie are like, sir, to the grandfather, sir, we can't get you custody. Like, the only way we could get you custody is if we could prove that Stallone can't provide for the kid, which we can't prove that. So, like, you're not going to be able to get custody. You're fucked, right? Stallone's going to get this kid. Okay, cool. What does Stallone do? He drives through the fucking man's house and goes to fucking prison.
I was going to say, if there's any way to lose your custody of the kid, that's the way to do it.
By acting like a fucking idiot.
Maniac, yeah.
Yeah, like, what the fuck was the point of that? Like, he came in, he was like, I want to see my boy. And they're like, and the guards were like, oh, you better turn around, buddy. You're not welcome here. Okay, Mr. Stallone, this is what you do. You say, listen, buddy, that's my child. I have legal custody of my child, as given to me by my fucking dead wife. Okay? If you don't have my child out here with a fucking backpack ready to go in 10 minutes, I'm going to have every fucking police officer in this fucking state up your fucking ass, and you will fucking go to jail. So what's it going to be? And then if they don't cooperate, like, okay, officer, this man is withholding my son from me. I have legal custody. Please tell him to give him back. No, what does he do? He says, I'm in an action movie. I'm going to drive through the gate and drive through the front of this man's house and go to fucking jail.
Yeah.
It didn't have to be like that.
Yeah, I agree. But, you know, they had to have something to spice up that middle portion, man. After you do the funeral, and then there's the father-son banter, and the kids takes it. Is that even legal? Are kids allowed to just grab a taxi and just go?
That kid does a lot of illegal things in this movie.
Yeah, he fucking drives the fucking truck. Clearly a child just driving the truck.
He drives the truck to the... Like, I mean, he runs out in the middle of the freeway at the beginning of the movie. What a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
There's a guy in the arm wrestling competition that literally drinks Valvoline. Did you notice that?
I might have tuned out at that point. But
that's the best part of the movie. There's like a man that like literally says fucking gas me up, and he gets like a funnel out and pours like a can of Valvoline into his mouth.
Jesus Christ. Did you watch this on your VHS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only way to do it.
Yeah, I watched someone just uploaded the film to YouTube, so I don't know if the full film was actually there. I'm assuming it was.
You might have got the edited version. They were like, we can't have this Valvoline product placement. Which, by the way, best fucking product placement in movie history is a man just drinking fucking oil.
That's probably bad PR, actually. Very bad. If I didn't watch the credits, but it probably said, "Do not drink Valvoline."
I didn't watch the credits either, but I let them play through. Yeah. I was listening to the music, and I just wanted my VCR to auto rewind itself. I didn't want to sit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luxury. I don't know. What else to really say? Horribly written child. I don't know.
Wow, you're a man of many words today, buddy. This is a horribly written movie. Like, if the idea
written
was
by
for this
Stallone.
movie to be, if the idea was for anyone to take this movie in any way seriously whatsoever, you did a bad job. You wrote a bad movie here. Well, you didn't write a bad movie, in my opinion. I think that the movie is good.
I don't know. It could have been a lot better than it was.
I don't know if it could have. I think the only thing that could have been added to this movie is a full-scale fight scene between Terry Funk and Sylvester Stallone. Just don't flaunt these things in front of me if you're not going to deliver them. That's all I'm asking.
It is quite the tease. I will say.
Like, I'm like, you got fucking Terry Funk, and like he even gets in front of him. Like at the end of the movie when Terry Funk's like, he's like, oh, Grandpa's not done talking to you yet. And Stallone's like, well, I'm done. And Terry Funk's still just standing there. I'm like, oh shit, here it is, dude. It's gonna happen. Sylvester Stallone versus fucking Terry Funk. We've had Sylvester Stallone versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Sylvester Stallone versus Hulk Hogan, and now Sylvester Stallone versus Terry fucking Funk. Chainsaw Charlie. Goddamn, like, here we go. Stallone just pushes them through the fucking glass door.
Yeah, and that's all you get.
And then just walks over him and leaves.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
This is another film that falls into the illustrious Stallone camp of him being very unhappy with the finished product, of course. When I was doing my research, it said that, like, I can pull it up here. He was unhappy with the final film. He said that if he directed the film, he would have changed the setting to an urban environment, used score music instead of rock songs. So apparently he was weaning out of his Bruce Springsteen.
Nice fucking try, Stallone. Nice. This is fucking 2020 Stallone saying that now that he uses score for all of his fucking movies. And by the way, Stallone, they suffer for it, you motherfucker.
Yeah. And I guess he didn't even really want to be in the film. And I guess they kept offering him more and more money. And then he thought, what the hell, no one will see it anyway. It was one of his quotes.
What an...
This guy, man.
This sounds like cop-out. It's like every time this guy's in a bad movie, he just blames everyone but himself. Okay? And let me tell you something. It has nothing to do with this movie even being bad. This is like probably, in my opinion, the best movie we've watched this month. It was my favorite out of all the movies we've watched this month.
Really?
Okay. The competition wasn't very stiff, buddy. Yeah, I think that I gave Over the Top and Escape Plan the same score. But I think that Over the Top was a lot more entertaining than Escape Plan was.
I don't know. They were about the same in entertainment value.
There's no way.
For me, at least. Because I don't know. I didn't think the beginning parts were that great. I don't know. Until it gets to the end. I don't know.
I thought that even though the kid was annoying, he was like annoying in a good way, where it was like annoying in that he entertained me with how annoying, like, just how, like, I'm like, look at this fucking kid. He fucking sucks. He's a piece of shit. You know, and then, like, him and Stallone, they had, like, the driving montage where Stallone's doing, like, the fucking, the arm wrestling fucking pool thing, and they're driving and talking. It's playing montage music and shit. I'm
The
like,
kid
yeah,
does
this,
it a couple times, yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is awesome. This is what I like. This movie has montages. It's got fucking over the top shit, and it's got sweaty men screaming at each other and Terry Funk.
And that's all you're looking for in a film.
I thought this was really entertaining. I would revisit this for sure. I like, even though my usual rule is 2.5 means I liked it, but I would never watch it again. I still gave Escape Plan a 3, but I don't think I would ever watch it again.
Yeah, I understand.
This I would watch again. I would watch this again for sure.
I don't, probably the only one I would watch again from this month is an unrated version of Cobra. And it'll probably never come out, but that's fine. And we have to rewatch Stop or My Mom Will Shoot for next year, so that'll be a treat.
Yeah, so Stallone, I feel like you don't need to apologize for this one.
And here's the thing, like, we both said that the writing in this isn't very good. Who wrote the film?
Sylvester Stallone.
There you go.
And listen, I'm sick of this fucking dude, okay, coming in and hating on all these movies that he's been in, like they're fucking, like they were bad in spite of him, okay? Let me tell you something, buddy. Your buddy over there, Arnold Schwarzenegger, he's been in a lot of bad movies. And his performance alone, his presence on camera, saves like 99% of those fucking movies. Like, most Arnold Schwarzenegger movies are only watchable because Arnold Schwarzenegger is in that shit. And that's a fact. Like, Kindergarten Cop without Arnold Schwarzenegger? Who the fuck would watch that? Nobody would watch that shit. Holy fuck, that would be ass cheeks. Goddamn Junior without Arnold Schwarzenegger? That would never happen. Like, a movie about a man being pregnant and it's Christian Bale? No thanks. I'm good. I'll sit this one out. Oh, Arnold Schwarzenegger, you say? Well then.
Now that's intriguing.
She was daddy's little girl.
Yeah.
Okay, like, certain actors can pull this shit off. And I think Stallone pulls this off. Like, he's in this movie. I think that the movie's good. I think that it's rewatchable. It's fun. It's entertaining. Okay? But, like, some of these other movies that are just so bad, Stallone, you don't do anything for them. Okay? Like, even in this movie, I wrote Stallone Actor of the Century. I think every fucking movie we've had so far, I've made a comment about Stallone's dog shit acting. He's a terrible actor. He is awful. He, like, plays every role with, like, the fucking, like, emotion of, like, a fucking rock. And, like, except for Rocky. The first 2 Rocky movies, Sylvester Stallone, as an actor, is, like, God tier. It's, like, one of the all-time great performances. Okay? And then somewhere along the line, because he's not even good in Rambo. Like, he's got the one fucking...
He's got the speech at the end, the good
he's
speech.
He's got the one speech, you can't even understand half the fucking words that he says. But you can see that he's emotional, and he's really showing the emotion, and you're like, oh, man, yeah. Yeah, this is it. You know, he's fucking killing it right here. But then other than that, fuck, he's just Sylvester Stallone, just fucking not talking much. You know what I mean? Cobra... dog shit acting in that. Fucking over the top dog shit acting in that. By the time it even gets to Rocky 3, 4, and 5, dog
nice
shit
try.
acting in that. Okay, you know when he gets good again? Rocky Balboa. That's probably like the only fucking movie after Rocky 2 that Stallone fucking actually puts in another good acting performance. Rocky Balboa, Creed, and I have yet to see Creed 2.
Yeah.
But those two, Stallone goes back to playing the traditional Rocky, the only character he ever played well in his entire fucking life. To my knowledge, if anyone's got a fucking Stallone movie out there where he's like
acting up a storm,
like fucking great, then let me know. But Arnold Schwarzenegger's a better actor than you, and that's why he was more successful.
I can agree with that. I can get on board. But...
Like, listen, do you think Commando, okay, like, which is like god tier, like that's a fucking top tier fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Like, I would in no way, shape, or form call that movie bad. Like, that movie's just fucking awesome.
It's one of the greatest action films of all time.
Okay. Yeah. Do you think that movie would be even half as good with Sylvester Stallone as John Matrix?
No, it would just sort of fit in with the rest of Stallone's movies at the time, probably.
It would be like Cobra.
Yeah. The thing with Arnold movies is he's been in a lot less than Stallone. So, like, even, like, Arnold's lesser tier stuff, it still feels like more of a big deal than Stallone, who's pumping out 2-3 movies a year, like even back then.
But we're talking about like movies of Stallone that are like, I don't know, that like are pretty known. Like Over the Top is like pretty fucking known. And I'm not even hating on Over the Top because I said that I liked the movie, but Stallone is. So in this case I'm defending it. I'm defending the actual film from the man in it that like really only gave to it by like just kind of being in it, and the movie was entertaining enough to get by. Like, what does Stallone do in Rocky 4?
Hangs out with a robot and I don't know, cries because his friend died.
I don't even think he does a good crying performance in that. Like, he mostly just like screams at one point and then like gets in his car and drives to fucking badass 80s music.
Yeah.
And I love Rocky 4. That's probably like number 3 for me.
Yeah.
It shits on Rocky fucking 3. I'm sorry. I think Rocky 3 is overrated.
And you're a Mr. T guy.
I like Mr. T. I think he's the worst Rocky villain. I think Tommy Gunn's a better Rocky villain than fucking Mr. T is.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to call. The worst Rocky villain is the guy in Rocky Balboa.
Which I haven't seen.
You've never seen Rocky Balboa?
No.
Oh, fuck. Well, to explain it to you, the villain in Rocky Balboa is like the most realistic fucking boxer there, because I think he was an actual boxer, like the actor that played him. But he just like all of his mannerisms are just like what a real fucking boxer would do. The most interesting thing that he does in the whole movie is get into like a fucking confrontation with Mike Tyson on his way to the ring.
Okay.
So Mr. T is definitely better than that because
it's over the top and it's ridiculous. And...
Hey woman, let me show you what a real man like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Over the top. Stallone month is over. What'd you think of Stallone month, buddy?
I feel like the quality of films we watched was slightly better than Arnold month, but I enjoyed Arnold month more just because I like Arnold more.
You think so? I think quality-wise, maybe Escape Plan. What do you mean by quality?
Like I would say, because like in Arnold month, I mean, like I'd probably never fucking watch Collateral Damage again. And I mean, it was a well-made film, but it was very like forgettable. But
yeah, I kind of forgot that we watched that.
Yeah.
I'm mostly thinking of End of Days, Junior, and What else? Oh, and Hercules in New York.
Hercules in New York. I don't know. I've just felt like there was more of a charm to Arnold month, I guess. Because, like you said, even when the movies are bad, he's still in it. But, like, with Stallone, like, if the movie's just average and he's just gonna be average as well, it's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, well...
But I feel like the quality... Because, like, Junior, not a good film, like, at all. Like, you can't defend the script, you can't defend any of that kind of shit. But, like, with a Stallone movie, I mean, like, yeah, like, Cobra's cliche or whatever, but it's, like, still, like, a better-made film than something like Junior, you know?
I don't know, man. The acting in Junior... Come on, that was on another level.
Oh, come on.
What do you mean? That was...
Are you Roger Ebert?
Roger Ebert knows a lot more about this shit than we do, and he said that was fucking, like... Other actor... Was he talking about Stallone? When he was saying other actors would be jealous of some of the shit...
He said dramatic actors. He's talking about your Brandos of the world and fucking...
Oh, yeah, Marlon Brando.
Your DiCaprios and...
Oh, man. Robert De Niro could learn a thing or two from fucking Schwarzenegger's performance in Junior.
Yeah. If only Roger Ebert was alive to ask him about it.
All right. Let's fucking...
Next week on the show, you said you had some ideas.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to talk about it right now.
So we're going to leave them on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Just string them along.
Yeah, you got to tune in next week to see what's going on.
All right, man. So, with that, if you guys are still listening along with us, make sure you're subscribing on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you're listening to the show. Leave us a rating, review, subscribe, everything. Still on the quest for 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. I feel like this episode was longer than normal, but you also took a 20-minute shit break that we're cutting out, so this could just be the length of a regular episode, I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know what else to say other than peace the fuck out.
And I'll catch your ass down the road.